What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Morrissey. And we're going to start going through a number of bonus tunes included in an expanded folder for his 1988 album Viva Hate. Once again, shout out to Seb. And indeed, I think there's 9 bonus tunes, so we have several to go through. The first of which is amusingly titled, I Know Very Well Where I Got My Name. I could be wrong, but the sentiment feels like they're perhaps not happy with the association. At the very least, they don't want it recounted to them. It's like, I know very well, save your breath and don't retell me a story I'm already well familiar with and perhaps do not want to be associated with. So I'm curious the context of the phrase and who is being spoken to. Naturally, I'm inclined to wonder if this is autobiographical on some level. I suppose it could be a character, but even then, sometimes, those are vehicles for talking about your own experiences. So let's find out what it actually is. This is Morrissey. I presume it's a B-side, though it could be just some other type of non-album track. But it's called I Know Very Well Where I Got My Name, and it's included in an expanded folder for his 1988 album Viva Hate.
A child in a curious phase, a man with southern ways. Oh, I know very well how I got my name. You think you were my first love. You think you were my first love, but you're wrong. You were the only one who's come and gone. When 13 years old, who dyed his hair gold. Oh, I know very well, I don't need to be told. You think you were my first love. You think you were my first love, but you're wrong. You were the only one who's come and gone.
Interesting effect on it.
Who's come and gone?
Feels like a sad song. The idea that, you think you're my first love, but you're wrong. You're the only one who's come and gone. I would like, the first part of that felt defiant, and then we got the second part of it. It's like, oh man, this person was the only type of experience like that. So it wasn't like, oh, I knew you before others, or I had that experience with you before anyone else. It's, it turns out it was the only one. So yeah, it sounds painful. It sounds like, a friend from youth, a very special person. Yeah, ultimately someone who dyed their hair or bleached their hair gold when they were 13. So yeah, I don't know. Again, I would expect on some level this is autobiographical for Morrissey. And again, it's one of those things where it sounds like there's both barbs or like a sharp perspective, but also like that's the only person who's ever got into his heart in that way. So yeah, as with a number of Smiths and Morrissey tunes, it feels like very complicated emotions, and perhaps those which in some respects are almost contradictory. So I look forward to reading people's comments on this one. Obviously a shorter tune. I feel like that was maybe 2.5 minutes. Yeah, barely over 2, like just about 2 minutes. So yeah, a shorter track, but one packed with a lot of emotion that felt quite sad. So again, if someone's come and gone, then they're not even there. Maybe the narrator's not even talking to them per se. It's speaking to them to them in absentia. So either way, it felt a gloomy tune, which, you know, perhaps fits with Moz Mondays, as we discussed at the beginning of this playlist, and my attempt to do most of them on Mondays. I know being sick sort of threw that off, and I've been struggling to get things back, but so far so good in that regard. But yeah, like I said, I think there's 8 more bonus tracks before we move on to the next proper album, so big shout out to Seb once again. Let me know what you think of this, and I will see you next time. Peace.